Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today we're going to be doing a self-VOD review over some 5-stack games that we played last night on stream. And we were actually playing up against an IX stack that's a really good like team or just like big group of people. I don't know what their official roster is, but I know a bunch of these players and they're all very good. So good team versus our team, kind of the team that I'm building and maybe considering getting into tournaments again. I don't really know, but we're going to be playing some Talonflame jungle. They have the Charizard jungle, and they're actually laning with a Ninetales. So kind of interesting teams, maybe just like trying some things out or just like, you know, having some fun on the ladder. And in any case, let's go ahead and jump into this. So I really want to focus on kind of like some of the mistakes that I made because I've already watched this back a few times and trying to see what I could have done better and ultimately just talk about the game and what went right and what I'm thinking. So this is going to be Brave Bird Aerial Ace Talonflame. I really like this Talonflame for like the early to mid game. It farms pretty well. It has like good ganks, it does some big damage, and then it starts to slowly fall off toward the end of the game. Lol, running into the wall. It starts to fall off toward the end of the game just because like Talonflame's team fight's not the best in the world, but it's not terrible, right? Like it still does some good things. That said, I think you need to play the team fight well. So we're finishing our jungle rotation on top. We're going to obviously be posturing for those 850 Bs. When you have that solo lane, you want to try to get some experience if you can. And in this section, I was calming with Coco, our Lucario player, in the top lane and telling him that I wanted him to meteor mash the bees backwards. So we're trying to get the bees on our side of the lane so we can fight on our side of the lane so our slow smoke effectiveness can be kind of like at its peak. So you're going to see that. So I position my acrobatics there and we slow smoke aggressively and we're able to get a bunch of damage into Bulby and then we can follow this one up. So a really good attempt at bees. You know, like it was good. It played out the way we were thinking. I didn't actually think, or the way that I wanted. Didn't think we were going to get a couple kills, but I'm going to instantly base out. He's going to keep stacking his attack weight. His lane's going really well. And yeah, we're going to keep moving. So straight into jungle rotation number 2. We want to go on ahead and make sure that we're farming constantly, getting as strong as we can. And then once I get Brave Bird, you're going to see me start to, like, I'm still going to be in farming mode because like there's still like a standardization of like wanting to get a certain amount of XP, but you're going to see me starting to like kind of hover around and look for ganks more. I think the thing with Brave Bird is that like it is like a ganking kind of like damage ability. You do definitely need to be finding value out of it. And yeah, it provides less pressure than Fly does because, you know, Fly, you can kind of use it and float around and take your time and be annoying and they have to deal with you. But Brave Bird is good for ganking. So like, look at this. Like I see that he gets caught there, Bulby gets caught, and I'm just in, pop the slow smoke, and we grab a kill. So really good for just kind of appearing and doing a gank. So in this section, you're going to see me back and forthing a lot. Like I'm farming, yes, but I'm also like looking for opportunities for ganks. So look at this, Brave Bird Aerial Ace. Like we jump in, we get a kill, and then we pop an eject button. Good stuff. All right, we're out of there. So 720s. I was going to be rotating here anyways, but 720 Bs are up. We're going to get as many of these as we can. And this puts me really close to Unite move, and then we're going to try to fight over the Dreadnought. Now in this scenario, we've been mostly in the lead. I am pretty comfortable that I think that we could like flip this and win it. If we have a full fight, I think that we could probably win it. And I'm looking for some damage. I land some damage, it gets shielded, but I need to start backing up. So I use my Aerial Ace to back up, and I'm just starting to hit this now. I'm going to tick into my Unite move, and I figure, hey, you know what? I can go in, do some big damage there. We pop off the Eldegoss. Our Slowbro actually secures the Dreadnought. So a little scary because it got a little bit flipped. I was hoping that I could like shove them a little bit more and maybe do some more damage, but we cleaned this fight up pretty decently. And they're Wigglytuff still alive, so I don't think that we'll be able to push here too much. No need to like throw our lead, and I'm going to go straight back into jungle while they continue to farm. So the bottom lane, kind of like integrity of the bottom lane, is still up. I'm just going into farming mode. And I'm going to bump into a couple walls here, which I find super annoying, Brave Bird, but I guess you have to just position a little bit better. I'll keep that in mind for the future. Sorry, still a little bit sick. But yeah, you have to position the Brave Bird, I guess, like wider. I don't know how this one misses, but it's whatever. And then we're going to be rotating toward top lane just to try to defend while we're farming and not give them Rotom. Don't like to force it too much if you don't have to, but just kind of covering the map, letting our Pikachu farm in the bottom, helping Gigs get a little bit of farm here in the mid, and looking around for ganks. So there's like gank potential here. I'm like looking for it. I don't know if they saw me, but either way, he does have Unite move. I don't want to die in that lane though, because if we die in that lane, then they might pop off. So I see some people in bot lane. I'm looking to step forward, jumping in the back, same thing, like always looking for these ganks. Potentially, I messed up my aerial ace, but I think we still get a pick here anyways. So we trade 1-1. If I could have gotten the Eldegoss, maybe that would have been a pick, but now we're just chilling. We're basically just in farm and chill mode until the next Dreadnought. It's kind of like what we're looking for. They use a Charizard ult, and we still get kills, so that's really good. Like, we should have some slight tempo on the ultimates. And honestly, in hindsight, maybe I should have gone top and we could have dove that tower and gone ahead and broken that. I'm not really sure if that would have been a play, but we're in the lead. We have that 5-minute call, and we're rotating down now. And this is a play I wanted to make, and it just didn't quite pan out, but I really felt like I could have gotten a triple push there. That would have been really, really huge. Unfortunately, the fight ends up kind of taking on their side, and you know, our Slowbro ults the Ninetales, but we're just not fully there yet, and we didn't have as much follow-up as we would have liked. So we're still doing well, still kind of like winning the fight, like getting some decent trades. I need to try to back up using that aerial ace to use it on the Audino to back up. Was good, and our health bars are low, so I think we'll probably reset here. You can see we're all going to go ahead and reset and come back. So resetting for this fight, that's not terrible. Not a terrible fight to take. I think had we all been there, maybe it would have been a little bit better, but we weren't, so we got to be a little bit aware of that. And now it's Dreadnought time, and we got to see what we can find. So we are all here. We have a Pikachu ult. The slow smoke goes off. I'm trying to look a little bit forward. I think my issue here is that I try to hit a ton of them, and maybe I should have just saved that for the steal, because they're going to get that, and they're going to kind of like roll through and finish this fight. I either need to be, I think with Brave Bird, I need to make a decision on whether or not I'm trying to do damage for a kill or damage on an objective, because you can't really do both unless they're standing right on top of it. But my high priority kill target in this game is like Ninetales, like pretty much that's it. It's hard to peel with Brave Bird, so unless I'm using my Unite move to like peel the Lucario off, hard to peel with Brave Bird. But our Lucario is doing well. And I come back down here just in case it turns into a refight, and then I'm going to go ahead and dive the Eldegoss and get a kill. I slow smoke late because I just didn't want it to leave, but it gets away, or it doesn't get away anyway. So we get a little overdunk on the bottom lane. Not something crazy, but not bad. And same thing, we're going to go into like farming mode, like making sure that they don't just like take everything. And we try not to let teams have Rotom. In this scenario, I feel like I could have got it, but you're going to see, like, you can't quite see the perspective. It just bursts, like, as soon as I'm landing there. And then I pop my Unite move just so I can stay alive. Talonflame has a really fast Unite move, so as long as I farm up a little bit, should be fine. And you're going to see we're going to blow a lot of resources to just, like, try to burst this down really quickly. So I'm using my Brave Bird, my Aerial Ace, to just blow down the Rotom, because I don't want to give them enough time or, like, a feeling of security to, like, dive our tower. Now, we get a pick, that's good, and I need to go farm, so everybody should be playing passive. We have a pretty good lead. Like, we have 2 goals to their no goals down, and it's going to just come down to playing the end game properly. All right, so we're farming. We're trying to get our Unite move back up, which, again, with Talonflame, not a big deal as long as I can get a little bit of farm. 62%, we'll take into it pretty quickly, and also, with a couple of crabs, we'll get it pretty fast, so... you know, I was just letting my team, hey, you know, I need a little bit of time so I can take into my Unite move, and then a couple of crabs come up, and I'm able to get that. So now we're 92%, and this is the part that I want to talk about, because this is where the game goes wrong. So we have huge lead. We have 4 Unite moves up, minimum. Lucario's might take into it. I don't remember. And I think that our positioning here is just a little forward. We essentially, I don't mind sitting here, but I don't mind sitting here just for information. But I think that what ends up happening is that we let them break the fight before our Lucario can come down. So like the Lucario can't come down fast enough before the fight breaks, and then it goes kind of bad. I also think that I take this fight really, really badly because I'm playing defensive, not offensive, and it doesn't really go in our favor. So let's go ahead and watch it, and I'll try to explain what I think happened, and I'll go back and show what I think I should have done, maybe. So we're waiting for information, sitting toward the center, and I think we're going to see Charizard first in the bot lane. So Charizard appears in the bot lane, so we know they're probably coming from bot lane. And then they dive over the wall, and this is where things start to break. So we have to start pulling back. So we're playing defensive. They're crawling inward, and I start Brave Birding in to try to save our Pikachu. Use my Unite move for the Buddy Barrier. I try to slow smoke Unstoppable Lucario, so unfortunately that doesn't work. And at this point, I basically can do like nothing in the fight, and the fight just like breaks out. Like 3 people die pretty fast. And unfortunately, I'm not going to have an opportunity for Brave Bird because they're not going to let me. They're not going to let me do it. Right? There's no way they're going to let me do it. So they're going to chase me out. The Sing on the Wiggly does not want to let me have it, and they're going to go ahead and win the game. So we'll take it back, and I'm gonna pause through this. Sometimes when I do these like recording pauses, it doesn't really go well. But like I said, I think we give them the fight break, and that's where we're starting to lose the trade, because the Charizard instantly rotates up into our Elbush down here that you can't really see and unites our Pikachu. So our Pikachu gets united, and if you look at the health bar, Pikachu is like just above half health, and our Lucario is still top side of pit. So we just gave them too much time, right? We gave them too much space and too much time before we could really respond to it. Now, my mistake is that I try to save the Pikachu, and I think that I should have just relied on other teammates and buddy barriers, and I should have gone for damage here in the center of the fight. I should have been hard pressuring the Ninetales, trying to pop Unite moves, trying to get on this side of the field to then use my Unite move backwards. And I think that this is where I kind of like fail the fight, because I'm like basically doing nothing here. So I Unite this direction, or I Brave Bird this direction and pop a Unite, which I think is gonna, yeah, that gives a buddy barrier to Kipsune or the Pikachu. So I did what I wanted to do. I just don't think it was high value enough. And I basically only shoved the Lucario. Then, of course, because Lucario's got like double and potentially triple unstoppables, I pop my Slow Smoke because I see that he's out of position, but he just walks out of it. He just walks out of it with his charge powered up punch. So at that point, I'm in a bad position, because the fight, I know it fragments a little bit when I pause and unpause, but at that point the fight's like already like full broken, and I really like, if I jump back in, that's a 3v5, even with like Coco going down. And so I just feel like I didn't get enough damage potential out of what I did. I definitely need to consider like being Talon, right? Like I need to not think about defensive and be offensive. So maybe I should have just jumped in there and tried to steal off the Charizard, like, you know what I mean, like jump in and get as close as I can and steal with an aerial ace. But I don't know, either way, unfortunately we fall short in the team fight, but we played the early fight really well. And then I can't hit a point blank Brave Bird to save my life. You're gonna watch, I'm gonna miss another one. So yeah, there's a little bit of push potential. You're gonna see there might be some opportunity for us to push, but you know, with us being low and the time is just so low, there's really not a lot of like rebuttal time, you know. So unfortunately, that's pretty much it. We had a game where we almost brought a game back and we pushed off of it. I don't think it was this one. I don't remember. We played a lot of games last night, but yeah, all in all, definitely room for improvement. Never really fall under the category of just feeling like you can't improve, right? You know, you don't want to do that. But maybe this is the push. I don't remember. I don't think so. But we score 40. We try to get in there, and yeah, just fall a little bit short. So we'll definitely keep working on it, keep improving, doing what we can. We've scored like 90, 160 something, but I don't remember if this is the game that was really close or not. We'll look at it and see. But could definitely improve, keep learning some things, and maybe I'll get into competitive. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I kind of want to play tournaments because I'm just such a competitive person. Also, this game is just literally built for 5 stackers. So yeah, we're 100 short. I think we could have taken that end game a little bit better. Game's definitely built for 5 stackers, so I should maybe consider getting into 5 stacks and try to do that more and more. So we'll see. But friends, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. I got to be critical of yourself so you can improve, and I definitely think that I just didn't play the end game on Talonflame great, and I think that our overall team fight and team positioning wasn't very great. But we've been doing pretty good. We're getting back into it and enjoying doing so. So as always, be sure to be kind to one another. Tell someone that you love them, and I'll see you on the next video.